on that. Now, it does have a hole in it. Now, did you put the hole in it, or was it already there?
It was a solid rock.
It was a solid? Oh, really?
It broke itself through.
It broke itself through. Now, I noticed there's another rock that you're holding that's dark.
Exactly. So I'm holding it. It makes it easy.
Oh, I see. So it's because the other one's so small.
It's not small. It's so powerful. You can shoot out of my hand.
Oh! Oh, I see. So it gives support. I see what you're saying. Now, how did you come about picking that rock, or did it pick you?
Well, this rock was buried in the gravesite with the thought. And it came out of the gravesite. It shot up in the air. And I caught it.
Now, you were near this gravesite?
Right.
Oh.
I was sitting in the gravesite, and all of a sudden, boom, it came out. And whoever I let them hold this rock, they say the rock is in, the dog is in the rock.
Wow.
So I also have many animals in my house.
Uh-huh.
So we talk about, say, someone who died. So I found one rabbit that people, after they give during the early part of the summer, spring, people buy pets for their children.
Oh, because they're cute.
And then when they get to a certain age, they abandon them.
Right.
So I found this one that was a rust color. And I took it home. I already had 3. So I have this black rabbit. They both males ran out and touched noses from their cages. 2 weeks to 3 weeks later, the rust-colored rabbit died. So I buried it. Another week passes. The black rabbit is half rust and half black.
Wow, changed.
So what happened was that the supposedly dead rabbit went into the other rabbit, and they're both now living together.
No, that is.
And it's a totally different body. The hair is different.
So the fur is not the same.
That's right. It's going in a different direction on his body.
No, the rust color is the exact same rust. Wow, that's quite a story.
So just think who's living in us.
Yeah.
So they don't leave. You can't leave. The energy stays. So they're inside us. We have an apartment house and people living inside of us. No wonder why we're nuts.
Now, bringing up the subject, can you explain reincarnation? Because so many people are always interested in reincarnation. What does that mean? How can you explain that? Can we come back, or in other words, my name is Doris, am I coming back, the essence of me coming back, or am I just dissipating somewhere?
No, the problem is that you're not coming back unless you're just coming back with the Hollywood show.
Okay.
And the Hollywood show never changes.
Right.
That's the problem. But the energy never leaves, it never dies, and it changes form. So if you take responsibility for yourself and you become the energy, and just this body is just like a Frankfurter case of the meat, of the energy itself.
Yeah.
If we take responsibility for it, then why can't we stay?
All right. Well, what about the stories that will say, I guess Buddhism feels, or maybe it's Tibet, I'm not too sure, but they feel like we have to come to this world to learn different tasks, to feel different things, and when we learn that, now we move on to something else, and then we learn something else, and it's a never...
So what are we going to learn? That we've got it. So what kind of insanity is that?
Well, I don't know.
Well, we have to learn. We have to become awake that we are everything, and we don't have to learn anything.
So in other words, for instance, how they would say it, well, I think they bring that up because, well, some people are born with money, some people are born with beauty, some people are born with wonderful talents. And I think people always think, well, gee, why should they have that? Maybe I'll come back and I'll have some of that. Maybe that's why they think of...
But maybe that's external.
That's external, yeah.
So who cares?
Yeah.
You're still going to be miserable if you're vibrating at a low level.
And the other end of it, too, is learning, say someone that's been mean, and then come back as someone that will probably have someone mean to them. You always hear that about karma, right?
Yeah, but karma is, again, an intellectual thing. You are God. So let's stop trying to separate everything and make it
it's sort of a black and white type
Yeah,
of thing,
it's
or
not.
cause and effect.
Right.
Cause and effect.
It's because we can want control.
Okay.
Left brain, right brain. We don't need the brain, or if we can live without the brain, or if we've used it the correct way, then it's whole. It doesn't have to be right brain, left brain. One is creative, one is thinking. Who needs thinking? We've already established that it's tension.
Yeah, right. That's true. So you're saying that we don't really, in the world, if we use the real world, if you want to use it that way, we don't need cause and effect. There's no such thing.
Right.
So in other words, our experiences is not so much if I feel like, oh, I'm disappointed in something, that's an effect. No, just see it for what it is.
If you're disappointed, you're tense.
You're tense and
If you're relaxed, you're happy.
because it's just a thing.
That's the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
God is, everything is, you are. That's it.
So we're putting a ratio on 1 to 10, whether we're happy or not, or whether things are working out or not, when we shouldn't be doing that. Just living.
Yeah, everybody thinks that it's boring, so they have to break up the puzzle, then put it back together again. And they never put it back together again.
Never get it right,
That's
right?
right.
Because they're thinking this is going to make it right, but while you're thinking, you're not getting it
That's
right,
right.
because you're not living in the moment. You're not seeing things as they. Well, you're not. Is it feeling? The energy is it a feeling, or explain that?
It's an overwhelming feel.
So it is it's a
Until
sort of a
you
rush,
hit.
like a rush type of thing.
Well, it's more, again, and they could describe it as if you put your hand on a live wire and squeeze, and you will get electrocuted.
Okay.
That's what it feels like.
So it's something very, very strong.
Extremely strong.
Strong and stronger than us.
We
too.
think if we become who we are, then it is us.
Then it is us.
But otherwise, it is stronger than us. It's stronger than our mind, our ego, whatever
Right,
else.
right. Now, are there little exercises that you give people when you're counseling someone because you're a reverend?
Well, say they're home and they need to relax. So what you do is you learn how to focus, so you can focus on an object and stay there. And even though, say, the test would be, oh, I have to do something first, or the phone is ringing.
Okay.
Phone. Answer the phone. Just stay there and see
Just
what you
stay there.
stay with your attention, and leave it alone. And then you can get back to that anytime. But don't. It's a game of trying to see how much you hurt consciously, so that you could stop this nonsense unconsciously.
I see what you're saying. Now, a person, do you give an object, like looking at a candle,
No, not a
candle
candle.
flame?
Not a candle flame, because the problem is that everybody likes to put incense, etc., but they don't realize they're still inhaling smoke, and it's not so good.
That's
Your
not so
lungs.
good. Okay.
So you're hurting God.
So, all right, give me an example what you would
Just
have
on a
some-
doorknob.
It could
Stay
be
on
a
the doorknob.
doorknob, or it could be
Any
a
object, and just
pillow,
stay there.
a
Right.
pillow,
Stay there.
and stay there. Now, are you saying it should be a certain amount of time, or have the feeling of knowing when to, all right, you
Quit,
quit?
or knowing when you will find yourself going right through the wall.
So that's when you quit. I don't know.
It's scared.
All right, so.
So you'll
then-
see lights, you'll see your aura. If you look in front of a mirror and you stay there, ugh, I look terrible. If you wait, you get to another level, you'll start to see magnificence.
I
And you'll
see.
see your reactions to that. It's not me, I can't have it, and you go off and, when you're focusing and trying to restore, say, a plant,
Right.
all right, that's aching or dying, and you use the energy, you will find yourself sitting there, I think I should go to the bathroom. I think I'm hungry. I should watch TV. I'll do this later.
I see.
You watch how you don't want to see the real truth.
How the real truth is. I like to talk about that too, as far as you're holding the stone and you have the backup stone so you can hold it in your hand. You do this type of thing. What are you doing when you're doing that?
I'm pushing into the energy. And you can feel it. It's heavy, thick.
So what do you mean you're pushing?
You first wait. You hold it. You first wait. All of a sudden you start to feel the vibration.
Okay.
And so now you're interacting with it. So you go back and forth, and you start to feel it in you and around you and everything else.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't believe that. Anything that's happening to you, you don't believe. That's the way our thinking
That's
process
how our
is.
thinking is. Okay.
So you then have some external object like the plant, and you push into it and you pull it back and you watch it start to grow. Again, you say, this is not really happening, and you forget. Or you forget so much that you don't want to even do it because it's too threatening.
The mind kicks in.
That's
In other
it.
words, the mind will
Don't
kick.
waste your time, you have more important things to do. Excuse me? How about living? And how about seeing that life really exists?
And finding the joy in the moment, because it's not my belief is not coming again. In other words, you and I are speaking here, we saw each other an hour from now, it's not the same. Everything is different.
Right,
And
but there is no time in the universe.
Right.
We make up the time.
Oh,
We
of
squeeze
course.
it and make it up.
Yeah.
So that means nothing really ever changes, everything is there.